Housing is the single biggest expense for most people. And that's especially true here in Toronto, which, let's face it, is in a bit of an affordability crisis. But we have this rare opportunity on our waterfront, starting with Quayside, to build a community from scratch, with affordability designed into its DNA. One way to do that is with new types of construction. Here to talk about that are Karim and Leslie, who we're asking to be smart on camera right after a 3-day weekend. I know, it's cruel.
It's very cruel, yes. We haven't really changed how we build buildings for years. Basically, everything is built on site, and it's fairly expensive and time-consuming.
So you have to close down the street, you have to build scaffolding. It's very disruptive, it's dangerous.
This is why we're really excited about the idea of modular construction, a technique kind of similar to Legos. It's super fast, significantly cheaper, and still allows for all kinds of architectural creativity.
We can build a manufactured building that can be stacked in a matter of months and have almost none of that disruption. So we'll have those parts as our building blocks, but we'll be able to customize it enough so the spaces feel unique. By manufacturing, we should be more efficient and really drop down the cost to build these buildings.
But once the buildings are built, we want to make sure they're super adaptable inside, which is why we're exploring flexible lofts, a concept that allows us to convert a given space into whatever the community might need most, whether it's more workplaces, mom-and-pop shops, or even more housing.
So I can take a wall panel, become unclipped, and a new wall panel will be clipped in. And the turnover time now is only going to be weeks.
That landlord has the flexibility of taking a building that might be mostly one bedroom and combining them to family units to keep people on site.
I think it allows the communities really to evolve the way they naturally want to evolve.
Flexible lofts allow us to have a genuinely mixed-use neighborhood, which means everything our community might need can be within walking distance. All that time usually spent commuting can now be spent at home with family.
I think right now there's a whole cohort of people who can't find housing close to where they work, and they're being driven out of the city. Communities work a lot better when there's a diversity of incomes and people.
But rethinking construction won't get us there alone. That's why we're also rethinking how we create policies for more affordable housing. That means working with our local government to explore new kinds of ownership models, income-based rental programs, and even mixed-income housing, which means using higher-price units to help pay for more affordable units, keeping families of all incomes in the same buildings and in the same communities.
So the overall goal is really to have an inclusive community.
But right now, nothing's built yet. This is just what we're thinking. And honestly, we're much more interested to hear what you're thinking.
We want to hear from as many people as possible. We want to hear from solution-oriented people.
You know, I think the success of this project will bring people from around the world to see what we've been able to do. And I hope Toronto will be very proud of being the caretaker of this once-in-a-lifetime construction of a community. You gonna move there? I'm moving. I'm ready.